ladies and gentlemen. So, with the recent Lappy Altar update, we also get 2 newcomers to the Red Voucher shop. Philae, a 5-star defender, and Contrail, a 4-star specialist. And like Diamante and Caper, they also bring a new archetype with them. So in this video, I will show you what they can do. Starting with Contrail, an adventurer from Colombia, who uses some sort of jetpack to fly. And it looks like her character is based on a flying squirrel, which is fitting. Anyway, Contrail is our first Sky Ranger specialist. A ground specialist that has the ability to fly. And when she is in the air, Contrail can also block most of the flying enemies. I said most, because from what I tested, some flying bosses cannot be blocked by her. Additionally, this archetype attack type is ranged, so she can hit aerial enemies when on the ground, or when in the air. Her range also makes her suitable to be deployed behind another operator, typically a tank. And there are some cool tricks you can do with her, thanks to her flying ability. The most popular one is no doubt making Rosamond able to hit aerial units with her S3, if the enemy is blocked by her. Upcoming operator Rentalikia can also use her strictly ground unit skill 2 to Contrail. And when she flies, the effect actually still persists, allowing you to use that blade to damage flying enemies. But for some reason you can't do the same thing with Redoll to skill 2. In the stats department, Contrail's stats are pretty balanced, nothing exactly remarkable. And for comparison, her stats are about the same as a 6-star Pioneer Vanguard. For talent, her talent will give her different buff depending on whether she is on the ground or in the air. If she's on the ground she will get a defense buff, while in the air, she will get a damage multiplier. For skills, her skill 1 is a passive, that makes her take off to the sky immediately after she is deployed. And she will stay up there for a pretty long while. And the skill also expanded her range, giving attack bonus, and also gaining some physical dodge. And for skill 2, when active, she will immediately fly, her range will expand, gain attack bonus, and now can hit 2 enemies at the same time. Plus 1 additional flying enemy. So that means she can hit up to 3. Moreover, all flying enemies she hits will get slowed for a few seconds. And considering her attack interval and the slow duration, it pretty much means a permanent slow, as long as she keeps attacking them. Most of the time I would rather use her skill 2, because it has more flexibility. And the offensive is also no doubt superior than S1. Though skill 1 is still useful if you need her to stop flying enemies as soon as possible. Or maybe taking advantage of that physical dodge. For base skills, Contrail has 2 specialties. She can increase elite material byproduct chance when she's in the workshop. And can also increase fellow specialist mastery training speed. Overall I think Contrail is a good 4-star. And a good first example of this new specialist archetype. But her abilities might come off as a bit niche. And for new players I would rather suggest you build a unit like a marksman sniper first, to handle flying enemies. Okay, that's Contrail. Now let's see Philae. A Sarkaz Temple Guardian from Sargon. That I think her character is based on a sphinx. Using a freaking coffin lid as a shield. And wields what appears to be an Egyptian khopesh as a weapon. Or as the Skyrim guards like to call it.
They've got curved swords. Curved swords.
Anyways, Philae came with a new defender archetype, called Primal Protector. Basically an arts protector, but can offer protection against elemental injury, and also has the ability to inflict element injury and damage to the enemies. And the type of element injury that Philae works with is necrosis. So she already have a good number of operators to partner with. For stats, Primal Protectors have about the same stats as an Arts Protector. Have a good defensive capability, though with a rather expensive cost. Not as big as Juggernaut or Duelist, but you normally won't be able to deploy her first. As for her talent, Philae will take less elemental injury. But honestly, I don't think it makes a big difference most of the time. The talent also has a second effect that will give her 2 SP every time she got hit by necrosis damage. It's a really impactful effect, especially considering one of her skill has a big SP cost. But sadly it requires her to be hit by necrosis, which is not exactly common to peers. For skills, in her skill 1 she will get a max HP buff, instantly clears all element damage build up on her, and gains some protective barrier. This is the kind of barrier that only protects against element injury. Overall this skill is quite amazing to be used in a stage that is heavy with elemental injury. Not to mention it also has a quick cycle. Then skill 2, she will get a max HP buff like skill 1, but the amount is lower. She will also stop attacking, but will gain the ability to counter attack. Though there is a 2 seconds interval, so she cannot exactly spam this counter attack. The counter attack will delay AoE arts damage, and also some necrosis, giving her the ability to inflict necrosis effect to enemies, and dealing element damage to the enemies on her own. And the good thing is, the necrosis damage is based on her attack stat. It won't be affected by the enemy's defense or resistance. Except for effect resistance, which I believe only exists in CN server for now, and is still a very rare case. Additionally, she will get an attack buff if she got hit by any kind of element injury. This helps a lot in improving her offensive. So if there's any source of element injury, you might want to make Philae get hit by it. This skill also have a long duration, but sadly the cooldown is also long. For skills that you should prioritize, well, I think it really depends on the situation. Need someone to tank element injury, use skill 1. Need to make enemies get a taste of their own medicine, use skill 2. Though considering a stage with heavy element injury is not exactly common, I think skill 2 is a better choice to be used in general usage, and to master. And for base skills, Philae base skill is all about power plant. Not sure why a temple guardian suddenly becomes electrician, but anyways. She can increase drone recovery when in a power plant. Further increase the effect for every level of each dorms. So that's what Contrail and Philae can do. What do you think? Overall I think they are a good 4 and 5 star. Might come off as a bit niche, but they should still perform pretty well in most content. Though I feel like for new players it's best you build the alternatives first. Especially considering the red voucher is mainly used to buy Elite 2 promotion material. And to get 5-star units such Philae, it takes a lot of it, especially if you aim for the potential upgrade. That should be all. Adios.